அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். I'm very much happy to welcome you for this video lecture. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss reversible and irreversible process. A process is reversible if after the process occurs, the system can be returned to its original state without any net effect on the surrounding. This result occurs only when the driving force is infinitesimally small. For a process to be reversible, there can be no friction. Reversible processes are never completely realized in the real life since they can be accomplished only by changing the driving force to a process by an infinitesimal amount. It is useful to know about how much work we could get out of the system if a process could be executed reversibly. So whatever definition we have seen, let us take a simple example to understand about the reversible process. First, I am going to take a typical cylinder piston arrangement. Over a piston, I have placed 1020 kg mass. When this weight is removed, your system undergoes changes, that is isothermal expansion, to state 2, state 1 to state 2. Generally, work done by system can be calculated using W, that is equal to minus P external dV. Here the P external we are going to consider is force due to the atmosphere and weight. Now let us calculate the process A work done. A work done. Now let us determine properties of state 1. Here A is given as 0.1 meter cube. Number of moles is 1 moles and height is given as 0.04. Height is 0.04. Let us calculate the volume at state 1, that is 0.1 multiplied by 0.4, that is equal to 0.04 meter cube per mole. 2000062 Newton per meter square approximately, which could be written as 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, that is nothing but 2 bar. Now we know at state 1 P1 comma V1, that is equal to 2 bar comma 0.04 meter cube per mole. Now we can, by looking at this graph, we can denote this point as 1. Now the moment I have removed the weight from the system or from the piston, the pressure, the P external pressure, changes to P atmosphere pressure, that is equal to 1 bar. Therefore, it undergoes sudden drop in the pressure to 1 bar, then system expands to state 2. Now we know P1, let us determine what is the V2. Since it is the ideal gas and it is isothermal expansion, according to ideal gas equation, P1 V1, that is equal to R T1 for state 2 V2 divided by R T2. Since it is isothermal process, T2 and T1 will be cancelled out. R is a constant, R will be cancelled out. We want to determine V2, therefore V2, that is equal to P1 V1 divided by P2. And we know that P1 is 2 bar, V1 is 0.04 divided by P2 is 1. Therefore V2 is equal to 0.08 meter cube per mole. Now we know there is state 2 property, pressure is 1 bar and volume is 0.08. If you look at carefully, this pressure is external pressure, that is force from the surrounding, and it is the molar volume. The work done can be done by the area under the curve, and we can calculate numerically. For that, for this process W, that is equal to minus P external force, pressure due to the external force dV. Here the moment weight is removed, P external is 1 bar, that is nothing but 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, minus volume changes from V1 to V2 into dV. Integration will result as minus 10 power 5 multiplied by V2 minus V1, and we know that minus 10 power 5 multiplied by V2 is 0.08 minus 0.04. Therefore, work done will be minus 4000 joule per mole. The negative sign indicates that work done by the system and surrounding. Since it undergoes expansion, it is work done by the system and the surrounding. Let us denote this as W. A means it is a process of A, minus 4000 joule per mole. Similarly, now let us consider process B, where I am going to replace the weight on the piston. Therefore, system is receiving the work from the surrounding. Now system moves from state 2 to 1 through this. We know the state 2 condition, it is a 1 bar, 0.08 meter cube per mole. Similarly, state 1 condition, we know that 2 bar, 0.04 meter cube per mole. The moment I am going to replace the weight on the piston, the pressure increases from 1 to 2 rapidly. Therefore, pressure increases to here. PE increases because PE is combination of weight plus atmospheric pressure, and it is approximately 1 bar. It is 1 bar. Therefore, it is a 2 bar. The moment I am going to place the weight on the piston, the pressure PE increases to 2 bar. Therefore, let us determine work done during the isothermal compression. So, here work done formula minus PE V2 V1 dV, that is equal to P is constant, it is 2 into 10 power 5 multiplied by V1 minus V2, therefore 8000 joule per mole. Let us denote as WV, 8000 joule per mole. In this case, work done is positive since work done on the system. Now let us consider process C. In this case, I am going to divide my 1020 mass into two categories. One is 510 kg and another one is 510 kg. I am going to carry out the process in two steps. In first, I am going to remove one weight. That is, I am going to remove 510 kg. Therefore, it reaches the intermediate state. I will denote as I. Now, let us determine pressure and volume of the intermediate state. We know that P1, that is equal to 2 bar and V1 that is equal to 0.04 meter cube per mole. We need to determine Vi and Pi that is equal to Pe. Since it is an isothermal expansion, P1 V1 that is equal to N R T1 P intermediate V intermediate divided by N R T intermediate. Since it is isothermal process, this temperature will be cancelled out, R will be cancelled out. Therefore, Vi that is equal to P1 V1 divided by Pi. Now let us determine Pi. Pi is nothing but the moment 510 kg weight is, the pressure will be atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to the weight, that is m half into g divided by a, and let us take 1 into 10 power 5 plus 510 into 9.81 divided by 0.1. Pi approximately 1.5 bar. Therefore, Vi will be P1 is 2 bar, V1 is 0.04 divided by 1.5. I will get approximately 0.053 meter cube per mole. Now I have determined intermediate state condition. So state intermediate is P is 1.5 bar, 0.053 meter cube per mole. Now let us calculate the work done for 1 to I. Therefore, work done that is equal to Pe dV V1 to V intermediate state. For that, pressure is 1.5 into 10 power 5. We need to convert them into Newton per meter square into dV. That will result as 1.5 into 10 power 5 into 0.053 minus 0.04. We will get W intermediate work done as 1950 joule per mole. Now let us calculate the work done from intermediate state to the state 2. For that, pressure is 1 bar and volume is 0.08 meter cube per mole. The moment second weight is removed, P external will be 1 bar. Therefore, work done for the intermediate to state 2 will be V intermediate to V2 Pe. I have to put minus here. I will get minus 1950 here. Similarly, dV here. So here 1 into 10 power 5 into V2 minus Vi. V2 is 0.08, Vi is 0.053. This will be 2700 joule per mole. The total work done by the total work done for the process C is W 1 to intermediate plus W intermediate to state 2. Here W1 to I is minus 1950 minus, it is minus 2700. Therefore, WC will be minus 4650 joule per mole. Now let us calculate the work done for the process D. Here I am going to place weight one by one so that system can be brought back to its original condition. And we know the pressure volume of intermediate state and state 1 and 2. Now let us calculate the work done. W22I plus W1 WI21. When first weight is placed, P external will be 1.5 bar. Therefore, V22I can be calculated as P external minus V2 to VI dV, and we know that this value will be PE is the 1.5 minus 1.5 multiplied by open a bracket VI minus V1 V2. VI is 0.053, V2 is 0.08. Substituting these values, we will get W22I as 4050 joule per mole. Similarly, let us determine WI21. The moment both weights are placed, P external will be pressure due to the 1020 multiplied by G divided by area. So it is approximately, we know that it is a 1 bar. Therefore, Px and plus atmospheric pressure. Therefore, V high to 1 will be 2 into 10 power 5 multiplied by V1 minus VIE. After replacing the values, we will get WI21 is 2600 joule per mole. Now let us calculate the work done for the process D. This is nothing but summation of this value and this value. We will get 6650 joule per mole. If you compare the values of work done for both processes, if you look at here, work done by the system and the expansion is minus 4000. If you hear work done by the system and expansion, when the mass is divided into 2, it increases, and work done by the surrounding and the system is 8000. When I am dividing a mass into 2, the work done by the surrounding and system is reduced, and also the net work done is reduced while comparing with previous process. In the previous process, net work done is 4000 joule per mole. Here, net work done is only 2000 joules per mole. Similar to what we have done here, we divided the mass into 2. Similarly, we can divide the mass into 4 or 8, even n numbers of mass, so that the net work done will approach 0. Let us divide the mass into n numbers. Each mass contains delta m. Now, system undergoes the expansion process called E, and at the same time, in the reverse, system undergoes compression called process F. Now let us calculate the work done for the process E. Now let us calculate the work done for the process E. Here, when one weight is removed, the size of delta M, the P external force approximately equal to the P internal force. Therefore, I can use this equation to calculate the work done. Therefore, work done during the process E can be calculated using P external dV 1 to 2. Since PE is approximately equal to the system pressure, which could be written as 1 to 2 P dV. And from the ideal gas equation, we know that PV is equal to R T. From that, we can replace P in terms of known value. Let me take a pressure of engine blade as P and starting pressure as P1, V1, T1. Since it is isothermal process, T will be same for the throughout the process. R T V. Therefore, P will be equal to P1 V1 divided by V. Substituting this value here, after the integration, we will get W P1 V1 ln V2 divided by V1. And we know that state 1 and state 2 condition of volume, it is 0.04, 0.08 meter cube per mole. Substituting this value, you will get W as minus 5545 joule per mole. It is the work done by system and surrounding. Similarly, let us calculate the work done during the process F. Here also, whenever the small weight is placed, the P external force can be approximated as P system pressure. Therefore, W that is equal to 221 PE dV that is equal to 221 P dV V2 V2 dV by V. And substituting these values, we have found work done during this process F as 5545 joule per mole. The net work done is a WE. Net work done that is equal to minus 5545 plus 5545 is equal to 0. So, according to the definition of reversible process, when net effect on the surrounding is 0, that is a reversible process. In that case, we divided the whole mass into very small mass. The driving force is infinitesimally small. Therefore, we achieve that process as a reversible process. But in the previous two cases, that is process A and process C, are irreversible processes, since there is net work done by the surrounding is not 0. Therefore, the third process is the reversible process. Now, let us compare the work done by the system on all three cases. If you look at all three cases, in the reversible process, the work done is 5545 joules per mole. But in this case, work done is 4650. In the first case, the work done by the system is 4000. While comparing all three values, we came to understand that work done during the process WE is much higher than the work done during the process C, and it is much higher than work done during the process A. Therefore, in the reversible process, we can extract more work from the system. Let us calculate the efficiency of the process A. Work done by the reversible process is work done by the system during the reversible process is 5545, and work done during the irreversible process of A is 4000. The efficiency is 0.72. Similarly, for process C, work done is 4650 divided by 5545. The efficiency is 0.83. When we divided mass into 2, the efficiency improved. According to what we have seen, reversible processes are never completely realized in the real life, since they can be accomplished only by changing the driving force to a process by infinitesimal amount. But it is useful to know how much work we could get out of a system if a process could be executed reversibly. Therefore, we can keep on working on the system to improve the system efficiency. Similarly, let us compare the work of compression. If you look at the process B, the work done by the surrounding and system is 8000 here. Here, work done by the surrounding is 6650, and here is a 5545. Therefore, WF need less work while comparing with W. This need less work while comparing with WV. Therefore, what we can understood is, when process is reversible, we need very minimum amount of work from the surrounding to implement the change in the system. Therefore, reversible process need very less amount of work for the changes in the state. Similarly, let us calculate the efficiency of the compression process. Efficiency of the compression process B, 8000 and 5545, this 0.69. Similarly, efficiency of the process T, the efficiency is 0.83. When we are dividing mass into very small mass, we are improving efficiency of the compression and the expansion. Thank you for watching the video.